I think this industry is really going through a paradigm shift right now. The only people who will be able to still grow in that current environment will be those that will embrace technology, that will embrace omni-channel, having both presence physically in store, but also having a strong, attractive platform online. And I think that's what you see with Next, and that's what you see with other companies. When you have this online presence, then suddenly things look a bit better.
There are some extraordinary valuation disparities in this sector. I mentioned Amazon earlier on, not a traditional clothing retailer, but you can get what you like on there. Trades at, pick a number, 300 times trailing, 140 times forward as well. Then there is the best of the retail sector, more traditional, which is like Inditex. Used to trade on about 28 times, now trades on 24 times. Then you've got the other end of the scale. Next used to trade on, I think, off the top of my head, mid to high teens, now trades on 11 times forward. So 11 times, 25 times and 149 times. You've got some interesting opportunities across the board. Now, I don't know if you can talk about individual stocks, you don't have to, but I think it's very interesting that everyone's going to be making some big punts based on those disparities in valuation.
Clearly, that's a sector, if we look at 2017, that has been hit really by those diverging trends, and I think that's where you get opportunities from a stock picking perspective, going for maybe those businesses that are misunderstood at this point and where people are too afraid about the threat from Amazon. And I think that does apply also to food sector, not only retail clothes, but also
how can they be so misunderstood when there's so much research out there from so many excellent sell-side analysts?
Well, that is changing today.
It is changing apparently, which brings us on to our next story.
Yeah, but just before we get on to that, I just wanted to make a quick point about how American retailing has dealt with the Amazon threat. And if you pull up a year chart of someone like a Walmart, right, who's taken it on the chin. They've been beaten around the head. They've been much abused over recent years by the online proposition. And actually, they had a terrific year last year in share price terms, because I think Walmart finally figured out that you play them at their own game and you use the stores as another way of trying to deepen brand recognition. Now, whether it works over the long term remains to be seen, because we know that Amazon is in the ring for the long term. But I think maybe European retailers, if they have an opportunity here at all, it's to take on the Amazons of this world, demonstrate that they can do it as well, plus try and deepen the franchise, because they already have strong brand recognition. I mean, and Next is already well recognized.
I hear you. And Doug McMillan, the team at Walmart, taking on this as well as the other huge challenges as well. But you nailed it straight away. You have Ocado and Amazon, who don't have physical stores with physical employees and the physical costs attached to that. Walmart has more than anyone else on this planet. How do you marry those two up, Julian?
Well, I think it would be wrong to see a world where you only have one place to shop, and that is Amazon or online. I think you will always need some brick and mortar, and therefore the key is to get this balance right between your online presence and your brick and mortar. And that's no surprise that you see Amazon actually trying to expand their brick and mortar presence, and we've seen that last year. So I think it's key, and you have to go business by business to identify whether the business model that those companies have is the right one in the current environment. But I think what the market, especially last year for some of those companies, were just looking at, okay, this is the end of brick and mortar. Everybody's going to buy everything on Amazon, and that will not be the case. That is not in the next maybe 5 to 10 years, for sure.